Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday's stream. How are you guys? I am so orange.
Hello.
Hello, Dubs. How are you? How are you doing, buddy? Forgot I gotta fix this from last stream. There we go. Hello, everybody. Yeah, we got a couple new things going. A couple things to talk about.
Sup?
In terms of the channel. Hello, Mana. Hope your medicine's kicking in. I need to make it look like I'm not working out of a storage facility. I need to clean up a couple things behind me and get the green screen back up. Because this is not looking the best. This does not scream affiliated Twitch streamer setup. Unless it does. Unless it absolutely screams stream setup. How is everybody? I don't know why. This is actually a very orange shirt the more I'm looking at it. How are you guys? How we doing? So first change, first little bit of updating that I'm guessing.
Tired XD.
I'm sure. Again, I understand it's like midnight, 1 a.m. for you. Always appreciate you being here, though. I am trying to figure out some way for this goddamn thing to work. Nope.
But have to stay up.
But you have to stay. Oh, okay. I'm guessing firefighter shit. Guys, we got a couple announcements to get through today. Everything good. Everything good for sure. Things are getting on the right track in terms of everything for stream.
Hang in there, Dubs.
So you may or may not have noticed that thing over there. That, my friends, is a tip jar.
No promise someone to drive home after party.
Ah, gotcha. I understand that burden too. But yeah, so there's a tip jar.
Solid friend.
I just figured it would kind of be fun. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't really necessarily do much. It just kind of sits there and collects. Basically, anytime someone donates, someone subs, gift subs, or follows the channel, a little drop, a little bit of something will just be thrown in there, and whatever, it's fun, something to liven things up a bit, I guess. Something else to look at on screen besides me. So yeah, I thought it'd be a fun little whatever. So that's there. I don't know. I was messing around with a couple different things for Streamlabs, and I just saw it as an option, so I figured why not. You know what? We're gonna we're actually gonna, you know what? We're gonna, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna, there we go. Wow, there's just still so much empty space. I really wish I had my green screen set up. But it's far too fucking late. Well, hopefully by this time on Thursday, things will look even more different. Because, and I want to give an enormous thank you to everybody here for sure, but especially to Lord Sorrow and to Dart in chat, along with his wife. They are all very close friends of ours, and because of them, I was finally able to get a new monitor. I bought one today on Amazon's Prime deals, and as far as I'm aware, it'll be here Thursday. So we will finally have an actual monitor. I can actually sit at my desk instead of... I don't feel like you guys would believe what my setup is, unless... Like, you wouldn't believe it if I just told you. And I think you all know how the camera quality is on this piece of shit. So, I'm going to show you. Because, as I said, I don't think you would believe me. Jesus fuck. Say hi. Say hi, chat. Let's actually zoom out a little bit. Say hi, chat. Hi, chat. Alright. I'm gonna show you guys what I look at every day. Let's show you guys where the money that you give me, the attention, the support, is all going. This is gonna go in the meme and pics channel because this is a picture. Actually, forget that. I'm gonna post it to main. How do I delete a message? Hello? Hello? Is anyone there? Alright, it's just in chat. It's in chat. So yeah, my setup is a $400 microphone, a $100 mic arm, a $10 ring light, a $20 webcam, and my keyboard and mouse are sitting on a TV tray, and my monitor, which is a television, as well as you guys, are set up on a dresser, essentially semi-acting as an L desk, and you guys are on top of a box of clay. And everything's just kind of really disorganized and messy and not really kept right. So, that's my setup. But as I said, we're moving in the right direction, right? We're getting there. We're getting there. Although I suppose that also means, if we go down, I need to get this goddamn thing out of the way.
Hello.
Hello, Calzee! Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Strom. So I suppose we can actually end that donation goal because, hey, I got a new monitor. Thanks to your guys' donations, it actually happened. Isn't that incredible? So let's move the sub goal over basically to where it was. And we will figure out something else because I still want your money. We'll figure something out later, and I'll delete it from the other scenes as we get to it. But yeah, like I said, thanks to you guys.
If you have a sub goal, what about a DOM goal?
Sorrow, thank you for the monitor. Guys, we got a few other things. One of the other things I got set up that I said we were going to do, and I finally did, it is the ones that are... Let me actually announce a goddamn thing first. We now have sound alerts. If you guys are watching right now, especially on... I don't know how it works for mobile. I don't know if it even does. But if you look down below stream, where normally like in the about section and everything, you guys should see the option for sound alerts now. You can donate bits and play sounds on stream. We've got some pretty, I tried to get like the basic ones. There's like a yes, a no, a disagree, and some other fun ones, including, as I promised, a way to scare the shit out of me. But as I said, it is not cheap. It's going to cost you to do it. But it is a possibility. So, sound alerts are now on there too. I think they may have the option to add some text to it. I can't remember. But yeah, they're all there. I'll be taking, as I said, I'll be adding more just kind of as I see fit. And if you guys have any suggestions for them, either leave them in chat, while we're live, or you can go to the Discord and suggest them there. Do we have a suggestion like channel? If not, we really probably should. We don't. Okay, well, I'll probably add that at some point. But yeah, so sound alerts are there. It's another way for you guys to like interact with me. I'm gonna be looking through the like all of Twitch's like extensions and everything to see if there's anything interesting there for us to maybe play around with. Like I said, like I want ways for you guys to be active in stream, like for us to be like going back and forth besides just talking. So always looking for different ways to do that, different suggestions and things like that. Still working on emotes and still working on other things, other rewards for channel points and things like that. But we're getting there, slowly but surely. What was the other thing? There was another thing that kind of went along with the sound alerts, and I was just, as I was talking about it, I was like, oh, gotta mention that too. And now it's gone. Yeah, sorry. For the life of me, I can't fucking remember. I'm sure it'll come to me. Let's see, what else?
Sorrow, no.
So yeah, we got the sound alerts up. We got that thing over there. New monitor coming in Thursday, so that should be great.
Sorrow, yes.
I know there's a little thing I gotta get to. And I am trying to remember if there was anything else before I got to it. But I cannot think. Yes, Mana, that is the thing that I did remember. I know about that. I remembered about that. I just felt like there was something else. Nope, can't remember. So I guess we'll just move on. I need to stop touching the fucking mic. I need to stop. It's there. You guys can hear me. It's good. Okay. So, starting today, we are going to be. It's the middle of the month. Do I want to do it for the whole month, or do we? Mana, do we want to do it for a week? Do we want to do it for a month? Or
sit on your damn hands.
No. Do we want to do it? Do we want to do it for a week, or do we want to do it until the end of the month? I don't care either way. I just didn't know if it mattered to you.
Month to give new people a chance.
Okay, fair enough. So, starting today, until... Did we get a new follow? Did something just happen? What the fuck happened over there? Do you guys see the jar move too? Is that just me? What the fuck ever. Anyways, starting out until the end of the month, whoever, by the end of the month, is number one in
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going through something to make sure. Does it only go bi-weekly? It does. Okay. At the end of the month, the person who has gifted the most subs or has given the channel the largest donation, whether that be a straight donation or through bits, will win a prize that my loving, adorable, caring partner Mana, and I say none of those things because they are here. I would have said all of that regardless. At the end of the month, by the end of July, whoever has donated the most to the channel, whether that be subs, bits, or just straight donations, will win a handcrafted, crocheted creation made by Mana in the form of this little guy. Isn't he incredible? Isn't he incredible? Ah. I love this little dude so much, and I love all of these little mushy buddies that Mana's been making in the last month or so. I'm thinking this little guy, whether it's these colors or something else, I want to make this something for the channel, like whether it's an emote or a or like something in the channel points, or like an image for some sort of alert. I want to make it one of these little guys. They're really adorable, and they've kind of become her thing, and I absolutely love them.
OMG, yes.
So, yes, by the, so from now, the 12th, until however many days July has in it, 31. Well, technically, well, yeah. So basically Monday...
His name is Silas.
Okay. His name is Silas, everybody. from the source. So August 1st, Monday, August 1st, that stream, we will announce the winner. And they will receive, in one form or another, they will receive... Sorrow, thank you for the gifted subs. Man, you're, Hold on. That is playing the wrong fucking sound effect. That is not what I told you to do. That is not... Sorrow, what's happening, buddy? Are you okay? Oh, that is the one I told you to. That isn't what... God damn it. Thanks for the gift! Okay, well now it's changed to what it should be. I don't know if you got any more in you.
It's gonna fart for all of them.
Fantastic. That's 5 gifted subs. Lord Sorrow, that's 5 gifted subs. Well, you're definitely oh no, that did make you number 1, huh? Wow, that did. Oh, because it's weekly. I was gonna say, I was like, there's no way you topped out Dart. I know he gifted, like,
my VTM character's
subs.
name is Silas.
Well then.
Sorrow is currently first, Dart is second.
Yeah, I see that. I forget that it... So this reset, the thing that it shows resets every week. So I'll have to keep track of that. I guess just myself. Thankfully, like, I'm pretty sure I'm able to, like, in my Twitch stats and everything. So, yeah, I know... I think Dart is gifted 9. Because I know he did... I don't know. Like I said, we'll have to... Well, actually, I said the contest started today. So yes, technically speaking, at this point, Sorrow, you are in the lead. I will make Dart aware of that tonight. And hopefully your guys's...
I gifted 8 so far, and 500 bits.
I'll trust you to keep track of that then. if I'm not able to. I'm sure if I make the wrong decision, people will for sure correct me about that. Well, thank you absolutely for the gifted subs. Unfortunately, you didn't get to hear the correct sound effect, but hey.
Also, Sorrow, Warframe is ramping up the horror aspect.
They sure are. Thank you for the gifted subs, man.
I'm keeping
that's incredible.
track.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Mana. Yeah, so whoever has given the most to the channel,
me.
By the end of the month, we'll get Silas the Mushy. And there we go. Mana, do you... So, this one specifically is for you guys. This is going out to you guys. However, I do remember asking Mana to make one that basically we would keep. The plan is, like, especially like now that we have a monitor, like basically your guys' point of view is going to be shifting 90 degrees, and I should be working here with you guys looking at me this way, so you're actually going to be seeing that wall, which I plan to have like shit on. I'm going to shit on this wall. No, like we're gonna have like a display behind me of like stuff that we just accumulate through stream. And I want another one of these just kind of sitting there as like a little mascot. So I think, oh no, I know Mana hasn't started work on it because we haven't gotten the colors that I want for it yet.
Gamer shelves and shit.
Yeah, so like, unfortunately, like I have really good shelves that would work for it, but they're already nailed up on this wall, and I know I could just fucking move them, but, like, I don't want to. And I've got a bookcase in here that is
Next
primed
goal
for
could be to buy
decoration.
shelves.
Yeah, there's a couple things before that, but yes. So here's this little guy. He's just gonna be sitting over here for now, sitting right up there staring at me, until someone wins him. And like
Or
I said,
move and readjust.
that's even more work than moving a bunch of shelves. Hey, speaking of the monitor, hey Sirius, your package from Amazon will arrive Thursday, July 14th. The item is on its way. Yay! Once again, huge shout out and big thank you to Lord Sorrow, both for the gifted subs and for the assistance in getting some new equipment for the stream. Everything is super appreciated. Okay, that's the sound alerts. That's the monitor. That's the mushy giveaway. Something is nagging at me. I keep thinking that there's something else, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it is. Oh well. If it's important, I will think of it at some point. Oh, so as a
You
form
told
of
them
incentive,
about the bits.
yes. What do you mean by that? Like the jar? Speaking of bits, though, just as a bit of incentive for someone at some point to get to it. So one of the things I was working on Streamlabs is like is the presentation of my alerts, and I have changed the some of the sound alerts for when someone indeed does donate bits to the channel.
The tip/special sounds.
Yeah. So there's a particular one for the 1-bit.
He did mention that.
It's just because of Aura and how they are as a person, and how I'm sure at some point it will happen again. So there is a particular one for donating 1-bit. There's another sound alert for donating any other amount of bits except for 1. The highest tier, which let me look real quick. So if you donate 10,000 bits, there's a very specific and special sound effect that will play during that notification. Call it baiting. Call it what you will, but I'm just saying that whoever's the first person to download 10k bits, first of all, if they're not VIP, they will for sure already they'll be made VIP. But yeah, let's eventually get to that point, huh? All right, so sound alerts, like I said, still working on ideas for emotes, still working on ideas for channel point rewards. Things are getting there. You know, just different ways of customizing the channel, customizing stream, making it, you know, more fun for you guys to interact with stream and interact with me and things like that. So there we go. There's all that. Well, there they all go. I guess that just resets every couple minutes. Whatever the fuck that thing's doing. Did I have anything else? I don't think I have anything else. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. So if anyone is wondering what the title of the stream was about, actually, I think I'll still wait a little bit longer to get into that story. We're still in the first hour. I got some time. Guys, I am so excited for the next two major things to be coming out of Dungeons and Dragons. I am very excited for Journeys to the Radiant Citadel, and I am so fucking excited for Spelljammer. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it yet. Whether it's just gonna be something I do for like my group's main game, whether it's something I do with like a different group, whether it's going to be a campaign or just a limited
Space
series
kobolds.
or a one-shot. There are space kobolds. There's space clown pirates. So there's that. I am so excited. I have always wanted to play or run something in Spelljammer, and I've never had the opportunity to. Because like not only is it that mix of sci-fi and fantasy, but it gets you out. It gets you exploring. Like, yes, every campaign setting is especially the big ones at this point, are entrenched in lore and maps and are as almost as fleshed out as like the real fucking world is. But to explore everything in between and see how everything is connected is I want it. Like, I'm so into the lore, I'm so into that shit. I'm so excited for it. And actually, so the as they've been doing for the last, I think, year or so, the official like YouTube channel for Dungeons and Dragons, whenever a new product is coming out, they do the hype behind it. And so currently they're putting out they're starting to put out a series of
I want to
videos
play a
for
random
Spelljammer.
farmer dude who knows nothing about anything, that goes on spelljamming adventures.
That character would last not long. So for me, if someone wanted to do that as a character for a Spelljammer game that I was running, I would have no problem with that. I think that's a very interesting concept. However, if it's someone going into this literally completely blind, doesn't even know, hasn't ever fathomed the existence of other worlds and how to get there and what exists beyond their own world, much less like their own fucking town, their own farm, I would imagine I would be having you making like constant saving throws, like for either like intelligence or wisdom saving throws or something, just to not take repeated psychic damage at the as their mind just constantly becomes more aware and terrified at the scale of the universe they live in that they could have never fathomed in their whole life if they had never left the farm. I think that would be a potential consequence, but it's also a really interesting character idea. Speaking of that,
Sounds
actually,
fun.
yeah. Speaking of interesting character concepts, I had an idea for a stream. I don't know when we'll do it, and the fruits of this labor won't have any meaning or consequence for some time, and you guys will likely not be seeing them. But here was the idea I had for a stream. You and I, mostly you guys, chat, will build a D&D character. I want to sit down when we've got like a good day of like people in chat, and I want us to build what will be my next D&D character regardless of the campaign I play. As long as, obviously, like, everything that we choose for the character is, you know, given the okay by the DM for that game. But I want to sit down and just have no control over it. Just have chat vote on shit. Like, you guys just give me suggestions.
Oh, I'll enjoy fucking you over.
I'm sure, and that's fine. But yeah, like, I want you guys to choose the race, choose the class, choose subclass. If it ends up being magic, choose spells. You know, like, basically any choice that we have, chat is going to make for me, and we'll figure it out somehow. But I want a character that's basically built by Twitch, built by a Twitch chat community, and play as whatever fucking monstrosity comes out of that chaos. I would love to do that. And like I said, like, so it's a character that will be built, you know, at some point, maybe not even close to when I would use them. And again, when I do use them, like, it may or may not be for a game that you guys see, that you guys are a part of. It may just be, you know, like a game I play with friends, or that I play at our local gaming group or whatever. So you guys may not see it firsthand, but if that is the case, of course I will be chronicling their adventures and letting you guys know about them, and maybe even asking you guys, like, hey, like, this character that we've built together that I'm playing now, like, I know I'm in the driver's seat for it, but they're coming up on this moral quandary, or like in this particular situation. What would they do? Like, what would you guys say that they do in this situation that I am becoming involved in? I think that would be a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys would find that interesting as well. So, like I said, no idea when we'll do that, but but at some point. The other thing that I want to do eventually is I want to do a limited subathon. So for those of you unaware, who aren't entrenched in Twitch shit, a subathon is basically when a streamer goes live and they have a sub goal, and they do not end stream for anything until they reach that sub goal, no matter how long that takes. Now, I can't do that. I still have a job, I have other responsibilities and things of that nature. This is not a full-time thing for me yet. So that's why I say a limited subathon. And what I mean by that is, because I know I've talked about this at some point as well, there will be a time, likely on either a Friday or a Saturday, where I will be live for... I'm going to start at 12 hours. We will do a 12-hour stream where the stream will end either at the end of those 12 hours, or if we hit the sub goal. Hopefully, it's more about achieving the subs than it is running out the clock. But yeah, I wanna plan a Saturday where that's what we do. In preparation for that, I may take that Friday off, you know, just to rest a little bit and to save certain things for that stream so that we have shit to do for 12 hours. But yeah, I want to do a really long subathon stream, and yeah, that'll be on a Saturday at some point. So we'll and like I said, I want it to be like a big event. I want like to do some fun stuff during it. So maybe the Twitch chat character creation will be during that. Actually, you know what? That is what I will say. At some point during the limited subathon 12-hour stream, Twitch chat will create my next Dungeons and Dragons character. Speaking of tabletop stuff too, and character creation, another idea that we can either do during the 12-hour stream or just at a different time if we don't want to double up on this. I want to do another character creation with you guys.
I'll run a one-shot for you that day.
That would be really cool. Like Twitch builds the character and then we do the one-shot on stream where it's you running it and I'm just running this fucking character and like chat is just telling me what to do. That could be a lot of fun, actually. That sounds like a ton of fun. Yeah, like I'm already getting ideas for it. Like, we could have incentives for certain things. Like if we get a certain, a certain amount of like gifted subs or like or donated bits or something like that, the character will get certain rewards, like advantage on a check or
possibly,
some
or
shit
we
like
could
that.
do a one-shot with TLI in a superhero theme.
Maybe. We have seen that the TLI system is pretty good for it, which I'm proud of. But so like that was going to be my other thing is as a way for me to kind of see, for further field testing and development of the RPG that I'm developing, The Last Ingress, which is the TLI that Mana was mentioning. I want to build a Last Ingress character with stream so that you guys are introduced to it. I can see, I can make sure that everything's running as intended. And then yeah, like Mana said, like very similarly, we could do a small adventure with that character. If we're doing that whole thing, I wouldn't want to do, even for a 12-hour stream.
A 12-hour stream with top contributors to the stream being able to join you in a superhero one-shot.
I like that as well. And that's what I was saying is like if we do, I'm fine doing a long stream where the point is chat builds a character and then we play that character. And as you said, even with like other people that are like top contributors, like we can, invite in to play if they want. But I don't want to do both in the same stream. I feel like that is too much. So for the first long stream we'll do the D&D one, and then at another point we'll do another character creation and one shot with The Last Ingress. And we could talk about theme and stuff like that, like what we want. But yeah, I really like that idea. Please write it down somewhere because I know I'm going to forget all of this.
That's why O suggested another.
Yeah, for sure. I really like that idea. See, this is why I got you. This is why I got you here. This is why you're such a great mod. You guys, I know I've told you, but like, if you've seen something on stream and you were like, wow, that was a really good idea, that was a good stream, 9 times out of 10 it's because of Mana. Because like almost every single day I'm thinking the whole day of like, what am I gonna do today? What am I gonna do on stream? most of the time, all of the good ideas are Mana's. And again, that's not me blowing smoke up their ass because they're my partner. Like, they always have really good idea for streams every time. Like, I've got a mental block about it. Speaking of Mana, what am I doing?
You come up with stuff too. It's not just me.
That's what I said. Like, I'm not saying everything, but most of the good ones. Most of the good ones are you. Yeah, so like I said, like I don't know when. I don't know when that's gonna be. I know for sure it's
Dink 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 get a libink diggity.
Hello, Quotons. Oh, that was really fucking funny. TTS had a time with that. Oh, that's the other thing. Guys, I finally remember. Quotons actually.
Hey, Quo, you need to see Silas.
Quotons. Little bit of an update for you since he just dropped in and Mana reminded me. Starting today, we are
Hi,
beginning.
buddy. I just wanted to see what TDS was gonna do.
Fantastic. If you got a minute, just making you aware that starting today and going until the end of the month, the person who contributes the most to stream in terms of like gifted subs, bit donations, or just straight donos, will receive Silas. Mana made him. Crocheted him from fucking nothing. Made life out of ether like a goddess. Anyways, you could win this little guy. So spread the word. I just fucking remembered something and I just fucking forgot it. God damn it.
Yeah, sorry I haven't been here. I just haven't been off work during stream in over a week.
Never apologize for missing stream, man. Like, I was actually just talking to someone else who is usually...
Excuse you, I am a cryptid at the best of times.
I
need
was...
to announce that with a pic in the Discord too.
I will. Thank you, Sorrow. I was basically gonna... I was either gonna make an announcement or just a tag, an everyone tagged post in the Discord once stream was over with like a list of everything that I announced today. It was right fucking there. I had the thought. I finally remembered it, and then it slipped away again because of you weirdos.
TDS.
It's gone again. Yes! Thank you! I kept trying to tell myself, oh, it's something to do with bits. It's something to do with bits. But that wasn't leading anywhere. Because it's about TTS and bits. Some point soon, I'll probably still give it the rest of the week. Because we only got a couple more days, so it's whatever. But I think starting next week, things are going to change with the TTS, and I just wanted to give you guys a heads up, because I feel like this may, I have this thought in my head, and maybe it's just my anxiety, I don't know, but I have this thought in my head that this announcement may irk some people, or I don't know what the reaction is going to be, but here it is. So as I've kind of said in the last like couple weeks, as the channel's gotten bigger and more people have been active in chat, TTS has gotten a little out of hand sometimes. Not necessarily in what you guys are saying, just the fact that every single message that comes through chat is getting, is audible through TTS. Which, when we were smaller, was perfectly fine. When I only had like a couple people here who would say something every few minutes, it wasn't a big deal. But like, especially during those streams where like a lot of people are here and a lot of people are active in chat, which I like, it starts to get a little hard for me to talk and to stream and entertain you guys when it's basically just a whole conversation that you guys are having is being fed audibly through stream. And so I was like, well, I can't really think of a solution to that other than what another streamer does, which again was basically they have a TTS, but the only person whose text gets read through TTS is like the last person to donate X amount of subs, right? But we're also not, like, admittedly, like, we're not really big enough to have that yet either, because, like, let's say today, for example, Sorrow, you for sure would have TTS right now, but I get the feeling you'd be the only one with it, and who fucking knows the next time that would change, right? Like, it's not frequent necessarily enough for it to, like, change hands every, like, couple minutes, We're not there yet. So I was racking my brain trying to come up with a solution. And then today, as I was going through and fixing my extensions, I came across something. So the what are they called? The sound alerts. They actually have an option as one of their sound alerts for a TTS. You can essentially, like, I can make that an option to where you guys can donate a certain amount of bits and you will get your message read as TTS. So that starting next week, that's what's going to happen. I will be turning off how TTS works now, where essentially every chat message is read out loud. And instead, we'll be switching to a format where if you want your message read aloud on stream, you can do that with a donation of bits in the sound alerts. And I think that's a pretty fair compromise. Again, I'm sorry if you disagree. I'm sorry if you feel like it's, a part of stream that's going away or changing. It is changing. I was just nervous about any sort of blowback of like, oh, well, like the community used to be very like open because like all of our messages were getting read, but now the only way to get a message read out loud on chat, like from chat, is to give you money. Yep. And it's not going to be a lot. Not at all. It'll either be 100 bits or I may even make it 50. So it won't be a lot. I'm also going to look into potentially doing it with channel points as well. Because I did... Like I said, my bit of apprehension was the fact that it was essentially locking it behind a, albeit very small, paywall to, interact with me in that fashion. Something that has been just blatant for months on this stream. But if I make it channel points, then it's still something. It will still require you to be watching stream, but it's not going to cost you any money to do. So if I'm going to look into it, if I can make TTS messages viable with channel points, I would feel a lot better about that. What do you guys think? Is the sound alerts thing okay? Are you guys okay with it kind of becoming a bit donation only thing.
Well, I'm back.
Hi, Dubs. Or would you guys prefer it to be channel points? So that way, again, it still requires you to accumulate those points, which you can only do by watching stream. So you would still need to watch stream, you'd still need to be active, but it wouldn't necessarily cost you money to do. What are you guys feeling? Obviously, I'm sure the answer will be, the free option, which I understand. I would likely be the same way as an audience member on someone else's
both.
stream.
Cheaper for bits, and more for CP.
Okay. I could see that too. Because I was initially thinking 500 channel points, which again, like you can get that in like probably a stream, like an hour or two, I think. But I also know, and I don't know the math or the algorithm, but I know you do get more channel points per minute the larger a stream is.
Yeah, that could work, Sorrow.
Yeah, so I may do it, like I said, I may do it either like 50 or 100 bits for a single message, and then, like I said, like 500 channel points, 750 channel points for a message, unless that seems too high. I don't know if there's a way for me to check on my end. Let me see if I can, like, see how many channel points are generated, like, per minute.
I have a question.
Hello.
Bits of what? Flesh. Do the demographics of the flesh change the value of bits of it?
Yeah, it's,
I'd say base it on the average of your viewership to make it a fair price.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know how to math that out, because I'm trying to look up currently how many channel points.
I'd go with something like 50 bits, 500 CP.
And that's kind of what I was thinking. Because I'll base it all on, how many points are generated for you guys.
You also get more CP if you are a sub.
Okay. And I figured that as well. What are the benefits of channel points? For channels with large audiences, we've seen up to 18% increase in time spent by viewers, 13% lift in chat.
Are we going to get swatted for saying CP so much?
Dude, when it came up the first time, I kind of started getting a little nervous. We'll see. Tip. The average viewer earns 220 points per hour. Subs earn double points. Okay. Oh yeah, because there's something called smart costs that basically I can turn it on or off. Basically, smart costs will tell me what the price should be based on
I think they don't mind cause it's the initials for channel points.
Based on viewership and like retention and all that. We include I'm not switching to my browser source just because I don't technically know if you guys can see this page I'm looking at or not. I'm just reading it, so fucking whatever, but we include recommended costs for each default reward, but you can also turn on smart costs to automatically adjust your default reward cost based on the size of your audience and the redemption rate of your rewards. However, smart costs are only available for default rewards. Oh, okay. So that actually wouldn't have anything to do with this anyway, since it'll be a custom one. Okay, but so it's the average viewer earns 220 points per hour. Subs earn double. So again, average person's 220. Subs are 440. So for something as simple as a message being read out loud, I may actually make it even cheaper than that. What I'll likely do is I'll probably make the sound alert, like I'll keep that at 50 bits, but I'll probably make the channel point redemption like 200. Because so here's the thing. I know a lot of people here right now have a good amount of channel points. Because of the subs and everything. Like I know you guys said like some of you were at like 1,700 or whatever. So 200 doesn't seem like a lot, and you'll be able to send a bunch of messages, which I'm also fine with. Like I said, my biggest thing is I just don't want every single message in chat being read out, like especially when I'm trying to like get through a fucking conversation with you guys. It can get a little annoying. But I also I don't want to tell you guys to shut up. Like I don't want to tell you guys like, hey, stop like messaging me in chat real quick. I'm trying to get through this thought. Like I hate saying that. I hate telling you guys to not interact with me anymore. So I think this is a good way of doing that. To basically make it so that not every single message in chat is getting read out. And you have to actively want to do it. But also providing you a way to do it that isn't going to necessarily cost you money. But it can if you do wish to support. Because 50 bits is essentially 50 cents. 1 bit is 1 cent. That's not how much they cost to buy, but that's how much I get. The cost on your guys' end isn't 1-to-1, but I believe the reward on my end is. Because I got it today. I went and looked at the cost of buying them. For you guys, actually, I'm going to take a quick screenshot of this, and I'm going to put this up on stream while I'm talking about it, so it's not just literally me reading it, which has pretty much been this whole stream so far. Quotons, did you see the mana? I'm gonna send this to you on Discord just so I can go grab it, because I don't know a better way of doing this. Actually, fuck, forget. Well, I need Discord open anyways. Quotons, did you see the picture of Vision I sent you? Never mind. Of course you did. We had a conversation about it. Yeah, so it unfortunate to those of you who missed me getting cream pied on stream yesterday. But it's up on YouTube right now if you want to go watch it. It's at literally the very end of stream. If you missed it yesterday. Come on, Discord. Come on, Discord. Oh, Dubs, if you're here, you said you were back. Do you have a tongue twister for us today?
You took it like a champ.
Thanks, hun.
Oh, yes.
I always appreciate you giving me good cream pies. Now, I want to be very clear on the very off chance there is someone from Twitch watching this. I'm using that as two separate words. Cream pie. So, there's that. Man, how do other streamers do this so goddamn quick? Where the fuck did I put? I literally just saved it. Where did I put? Oh, pics. I need to organize my shit a little. I need to rename some. I need to. Oh, okay, here it is. All right, there it is. This is your guys' cost for bits. 100 bits costs $1.40. 500 is $7. 1500 is $19.95. I'm not gonna read it. You guys can see it. So that's your guys' cost, but the equivalent for me is
Frost Frosted. I'm Frosh Froster. Frosted der Froster Frosh. I'm Frosh Froster. I'm Frosh Froster. Frosted der Froster Frosh.
TTS actually kind of seemed to have a good handle on that one, huh? Which gives me some confidence. I'm gonna feel like shit if I do worse than TTS. Okay. Oh, right. No, not audio input capture. What are you, a Fruit Loop? It's the window capture. Nope. 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 Sorry. That's just... Mana, I think we're fine. Okay, yeah, it was just a conversation about getting Chinese. But I definitely did accidentally stream our Discord DMs. Hold on, what the fuck is this thing translating to? The frozen frog freezes in the frog freezer. Does the frozen frog freeze in the frog freezer? The frozen frog freezes in the frog freezer. What are you guys doing over there? Is Germany okay? You've had like 80 years. You guys should be fine. All right.
WTF?
Listen, it was an accident. It's because normally whenever... Okay, so listen. Here's how streaming works. In order to be streaming this screen right now, I have to add something called a window capture. Self-explanatory. And so when I do that, there's a drop-down list of all my open windows, and I have to select the one that I would like streamed. Normally, my internet browser is at the bottom of the list, so I just clicked the one at the bottom. Unfortunately, this time, Discord was at the bottom, and our DMs were up. So that's what happened. It was an honest mistake. I'm sorry it happened. Thankfully, we were only talking about whether we were getting Chinese or not. And that was like a month ago. It was actually exactly a month ago. That's weird. All right. Anyway, let's hear Google Translate do this, huh? Except it isn't doing it. And I need to turn the music down. Okay. Let's try this again. I see what's happening now.
Der Froster Frosch frostet im Froschfroster, frostet der Froster Frosch im Froschfroster, im Froschfroster frostet der Froster Frosch.
So clearly this one is much more... This isn't like pronunciation anymore, right? Like this isn't about like, oh, can you pronounce this string of German words? Because you're American and speak American English. This is just like, this would trip up anybody because of all the F's and the R's, right? All right, so as usual, let's hear it one more time, and then I will give my personal rendition, and then we're going to get to the content of the stream, what I wanted to talk about.
Der Froster Frosch frostet im Froschfroster, frostet der Froster Frosch im Froschfroster, im Froschfroster frostet der
Pretty much,
Froster
yes.
Frosch.
Okay. I am going to take this a little slow at first, and then we'll see. All right, here we go. Der Frosterfrosch frostet im Froschfroster, frostet der Frosterfrosch im Froschfroster, im Froschfroster frostet der Frosterfrosch. I'll run through it again. Der Frosterfrosch frostet im Froschfroster, frostet der Frosterfrosch im Froschfroster, im Froschfroster frostet der Frosterfrosch. I feel like I nailed that one.
Good.
I was really confident in that one. I got it. I got that one. I did that pretty good. Okay. Guys, Dubs, do they have Power Rangers in Germany? Is that you I think at some point you told me your age or the year you were born or whatever. And I know
Nice
you are
job,
younger.
babe.
Thank you very much, sweetie.
I think so.
Okay. So you'll know what I'm talking about. Well, maybe. So, all right. So you're pretty sure they have the Power Rangers in Germany. Well, hey, I still got the translator up here. Well, I have to pull it back up. Let's see, German to English, English to German. Okay, so in English they're the Power Rangers. In Germany, in German that would translate to
Power Rangers.
Did you get that? That was funny. That was fucking funny. Do you know where America gets Power Rangers from? Technically speaking. Do you know the story behind how the show was first, how it was created, and technically speaking how it is made? Do you know? Okay. So this, what I'm leading up to, does require a little bit of explanation. So Mighty Morphin Power Rangers originally aired in the United States in 1993. Since way before that, actually, I'm curious about that. So we got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in 1993.
Still doesn't beat later Lavin.
What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck
That's
are you
Batman
talking
in
about?
Swedish.
So the show Mighty Morphin Power Rangers premiered in America in 1993. What a lot of people don't know is that show was not made in America. And by that, I don't mean that it was shot somewhere else and then, edited and released in America. Plenty of things are like that. Even, actually, current day Power Rangers isn't filmed in America. So what the show actually is it's a recreation / re-edit of a Japanese show, a series called Super Sentai. Sentai with an S. And in Japanese, the word Sentai means like squad or squadron. A small collection of fighters. And it's the exact same premise. A group of people have these superpowers and transform into these rangers in colorful outfits. And so what they do for Power Rangers is they take a season from the Super Sentai, re-edit it, film entirely new people, and basically create a new show out of the old one. The Super Sentai has been going since 1975. Yes, the first series aired April 5th, 1975. What we know as the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the original Rangers, was actually the 17th Sentai series. So also very similarly, like how with Power Rangers, every season is, a new cast, new Rangers, new outfits, new powers, new villains, all that stuff. It's the same thing in the Sentai. Every season is relatively self-contained. Everyone is new, all that sort of stuff. So, I explain all of that to essentially get to the point of today's stream and like why I titled the stream what I did. So, as I said, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is based off the 17th Super Sentai series, the Zyu Rangers. And there is a free streaming app / service that you can get called Tubi, Tubi. No subscription. No, you don't, technically speaking, even need an account. It's completely free. The way they sustain themselves is that they have ads. So like their movies and television will have ads that run, every 15 to 20 minutes. But their selection is actually pretty great. A lot of stuff comes and goes more frequently, but that's, the nature of essentially getting stuff for free. But surprisingly, they actually have a lot. They have a good chunk of the older Super Sentai series on there to watch, including Zyu Rangers. So out of curiosity, as I've known it's existed for a long time, but I've never actually sat and watched the original show. So I've watched a couple episodes here or there. There's a lot of them. I don't remember the count, but it's more than like 30 episodes, I believe. I think most of their seasons have like 50 episodes. But out of curiosity and boredom today, I watched the last 2 episodes of the season because I wanted to see how the original series that Power Rangers was based off of ended. I wanted to see how it ended. Well, the good guys kill a child. That the title was not clickbait, technically speaking. Like, these powerful rangers kill a kid, and they're the good guys. So to go into a little bit more of an in-depth explanation as to what I mean by that. So those of you familiar with Mighty Morphin, everybody knows the villain, Rita Repulsa, the space witch with a castle on the moon. In the original Sentai, and once again, all of that footage is reused, so it's the same image. Their version of Rita, the technically speaking original, is a witch named Bandora, Bandora, and her timeline is a little longer than the one in Power Rangers, because famously, like, if you watched it, you know the theme song. She comes out of the thing, and says that she's been trapped for 10,000 years, and now she's finally free. Well, that was obviously also the case in Zeo Rangers, except it was like 140 million years. She and actually the individuals in the show who become the Rangers are also from basically these tribes of humans that lived 140 million years ago alongside the dinosaurs. That's just the show. And so, she got sealed, then got released. Anyways,
Okay.
Great. Bandora in the Sentai had a kid. Seemed to be like around like 10 years old. The show reveals to us in those last few episodes that her kid was chased off the side of a cliff by a dinosaur. And obviously he fell and died. Which did not make her happy. And was essentially her explanation of why she hated dinosaurs and hated the Rangers and all this sort of stuff. So that is a fact. Part 2. By this point in the series, at the end, Bandora has summoned Satan as a giant floating Japanese head. Once again, not an exaggeration, he's called the Great Satan in the show. It's the entity she made a deal with. Hello, Hunter. It's the entity she made a deal with to get her magic. And she has summoned him to Earth, and, now he's destroying it. Satan also resurrected her child in apparently 2 different forms, because there's one that kind of looks like a Japanese ghosty boy, and then there's one that's actually him, but he's got these mechanical parts on him. I don't fucking know. But basically, by this point in the show, which is again the last 2 episodes, her child is somehow alive, and in the episodes I'm watching is piloting one of the giant monsters that the Rangers have to fight, and is fucking destroying them. But because it's a show about the heroes, they make a comeback. They get all of their Zords, and they blow up Satan and defeat the giant mech. And are then okay, everything's been destroyed. Let's go to Bandora's castle and defeat the witch. which at this point the palace is no longer on the moon. It's just on top of a fucking skyscraper somewhere. So they start running towards her castle. At the same time, her now injured son, who was piloting that mech that they blew the fuck up, stumbles in and once again dies in her arms. She sheds a couple tears on him, and his body disappears. And she has once again lost her child. Then the Rangers come in. Remember, the good guys, who just caused the fatal injuries to this child. So they come in and they're like, Pandora, we're here to defeat you. And, you know, all of her henchmen are like, the fuck you are. And so she, understandably furious and emotional at this moment, like, picks up her staff and is like, you guys are gonna fucking die, and tries to cast magic at them. And it doesn't work. And she tries again and it doesn't work. She's like, what the hell's going on? At that point, the Rangers, what we would call the Megazord, their giant robot, which in the Sentai is a living sentient deity in heaven, calls down to her and shit talks her from heaven and says, Pandora, you've lost your powers. When a witch sheds tears, she loses her powers. He then manifests a new jar, magically encapsulates Pandora and all of her minions into that jar, seals it, and then blasts it out into space, where he curses it to wander aimlessly.
Because your son died, fuck you, no magic.
Yeah. And sends it out into space, cursing it to float aimlessly forever. And then the Rangers, like, they do a couple other things. They, like, save a fucking kid or whatever, who was dying, and somehow his health was linked to these unhatched dinosaur eggs, which they then get back, and then they hatch to these little, like, sock puppets. And then, like...
Speaking of space, have you seen the pics from the new James Webb Space Telescope? Pretty much.
I have. Guys, this is why TTS is changing formats. So, they hatch these dinosaurs, which apparently is linked to this kid's health, and he's just better. And then the Rangers are like, well, our mission's done, time to go. And they just go to heaven. And that's just how the show ends. So, in summation, this woman lost her child, was so distraught by it that she made a deal with Satan for magic powers, got sealed in a jar, which, fair, breaks out, has, you know, the season-long fight with the Rangers, and then at the end, when she finally has her son again, he dies again because the Rangers blew him the fuck up. And what I thought was going to happen, because the Rangers run into this scene just as, like, her son is dying, and they're having these
a glass of which XD.
They they run into her palace during this scene, so I thought it was going to be, oh, they see what they've done, they see that, like, this villain, like this cackling witch, actually has, like, is a person, is real, like, with emotions, and she does care for something, and she's devastated by what they've done. And I thought there was going to be some scene of them at least attempting to, like, reconciliate things, or, like, apologize for it, and maybe a conversation happened, but nope. No dialogue between them at all. They give no apology, have no remorse, and in the one moment where this villain showed her humanity, this glimpse of her as to how she was, that's the reason her powers are taken away. Which, again, okay, but if you play it as a good thing, in terms of her reaching her humanity again, but it just fucking isn't, and they're essentially, it's played off as like the good guys gloating about it. And then she just, her punishment for losing her child again, her magic, basically losing everything, is to be stuck in a jar with the people she hates for all eternity, floating through space. And the good guys, who just killed her son, get to go to heaven. I was so fucking flabbergasted that this was the perspective that they ran for this, that it blew my goddamn mind. I was like, this just happened. Like, they just destroyed the thing that this kid was pilot. And again, I get it. He was trying to kill them. And, you know, Bandora has been causing literally all of their problems, like, forever. So I get it. But you still need to show that, like, moment of... It really didn't sit right. And again, this thing was made, like, this series came out in, you know, whatever it was, like, 1990. So, like, it was really pressed, like, for time. Like, everything was very rushed, because, like, every episode's only, like, 20 minutes. It's not a lot of time to get your story out. But, like, just a single, like, a couple lines from them being like, oh, we didn't know, we didn't understand, you know, it was just what we were fighting. We didn't know it was your kid. We didn't know what we were doing. We are sorry. That's what the heroes do. But it was no dialogue, no nothing, no sorry. When the I forget the name of it in the Sentai, but when, like, the Megazord was saying it, it wasn't in terms of, like, you know, it wasn't solemn. It wasn't, you know, Bandora, you have shed your tears. Your dark magic is gone. You have shown your compassion for your son. It was, hey, Bandora, you shed tears. When a witch sheds her tears, she loses her magic. Nah, fuck you. It's like, her kid just died. Again. It is played so terribly. And again, I skipped a whole fucking season and went right to the last episodes. I could be missing a lot of context. But it really doesn't feel like it. Like, yes, there's some details I'm sure I'm missing, but, like, as a whole, it was really, I was, like I said, I was so taken aback. I was so surprised. I was like, wow, okay, the Rangers just killed a kid and then gloated about it. And then they went to heaven while she's floating in a fucking jar for all eternity in the middle of space.
Hey slut, good thing you're barren now, so you can't send any more of your bastard offspring to their deaths. Worthless trash lady. _ the Power Rangers, I guess. Waited till you were done to say this, but on your TDS comment, I mean, once you have a ton of people in chat, you're not gonna be able to use TDS, or else it'll be the only sound in stream.
We've covered that. Obviously, you just jumped into it before, like, after the whole conversation, but we have a solution for it. Which I said the implementation wasn't going to start until next week, but I may do it sooner. Essentially, what we're going to do, because I didn't even know it was an option until today that I saw it.
Well, I wasn't here for it, so fight me, you sexy MF.
That's why I'm explaining it now. TTS for chat as a whole is going to be getting turned off. It's no longer going to be every single message that gets passed through chat. Instead, if you want to have a message be read by TTS, it'll be you'll have two options. It'll be available as a channel point reward, or you can donate bits to do it through sound alerts, because they have an option for a TTS message. So that's how it's going to be. Maybe sooner rather than the later that I was expecting.
What are you gonna call your channel points?
Yeah, I've been thinking, like I was surprised at the amount of customization that Twitch does really give you. But, so I didn't even know you could call them different. Like, I saw that some people had, but I kind of more figured that was like a partner level thing. But now that I know that it's an option for me.
It gives you a lot once you unlock things.
Yeah, you get so much shit just for becoming an affiliate through Twitch. And that, honestly, why I'm not like... So I'm an affiliate now, and I can become a partner eventually. There's only one other thing that I need to do in order to become a partner. But I am in no rush for it at all. Mostly because like partnership doesn't unlock a ton of other stuff. You get better benefits and perks and things like that for sure. But it's not like
average viewership of 75.
Yep.
That's all I got left.
Same, because like the hours and the whatever the other thing is are super easy to get. Again, like I've had them for a long time. It's the 75 average viewership. That's the big thing for a lot of people. So who fucking knows when we'll get there, if we'll get there, but it's not really going to be that big of a deal for me if it never happens. So if it does, phenomenal, great. I'm so happy that we became that big and popular. But if it doesn't, okay.
I really can't wait till I have a new job with a steady schedule. I'll be able to stream a lot more.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Because I mean, like, I mean, if you don't mind me like talking publicly and candidly about it, and again, this isn't news to you, but like one of the biggest things for growth is a set schedule. And again, I know that's tough for you with everything right now, but yeah, like knowing
your ability to stream every day is really a great boon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like that's why I've been asking you guys so much. It's because like I don't know. I'm the guy streaming. Like I don't keep track of like things like memes or things that are iconic to this channel. They don't
also
spring up to me.
Still want to do something with me for a few hours on my Twitch anniversary.
When is it again? When is that again?
Beginning of August. I think it'll be a Monday.
If it's the
August 1st, if it works out.
I have to stream that day for at least one thing. I guess it also depends on the time you're doing it. Well, DM me. We'll chat about it. But actually, so why I have to do at least a minor stream for the first. Another little thing you missed out on. So starting today and running to the end of the month, we're doing a contest here where the person who has contributed to the channel most, and by that I mean like gifted subs, bit donations, and just regular donations, the person who does the most will be receiving Silas. Mana made him, and he's incredible. So with the contest ending at the end of the month, basically I'm announcing the winner on the 1st. But yeah, DM me about like time and specifics and all that. Like I said, I work that day, but like otherwise, and I have my stream, but otherwise I don't have anything else on Monday nights, so I should be good. But yeah, in terms of like, changing the name of channel points and stuff, like I said, I don't know. Like I want these things to be I want the channel to have a brand, to have names for things. But I don't know what is important to stream. I don't know what you guys find important, what you remember about stream, things like that. Like, I don't, and that's why I'm having such a hard time like choosing like designs for emotes and stuff, is because I don't know what you guys want. And airing a little frustration, I've been asking for like 2 fucking weeks and I haven't gotten anything. So like, that's more of just me saying like, whatever I decide, if you guys don't like it, fucking tough. Like, it was gonna be that way anyways, because it is my stream. If you don't like it, sorry. But like, that especially, like, if I come out with emotes and you guys are like, oh, it should have been this, it should have been that, you fuckers have had long enough to give me those suggestions, okay? Tori did give me one today. So I'll give that to her. Yeah, like, I don't know what to call the channel points. Like, again, I could make shit up.
I mean, I love that you sit and talk about things, but I also love seeing gameplay, especially where streamers play with other people. How did we call the mushroom agent? Maybe him as an emote?
Mana's the one who made him, and she named him Silas. And like I said, I do want, because I love the little designs of these things that she's been doing, it may be, I may use like the little mushy as like an emote and do like a little cartoon of him. But I'm going to do it not in the colors of this one in particular. So this is the one that Silas is the one who was made for the giveaway. Mana is working on another one that will be staying on stream permanently. We just have to get the yarn for it in the color scheme that we want. Yarn isn't like super expensive, but her and I have to be careful for the next few weeks, because our paycheck was our COVID paycheck. So, donation link below, guys. And again, Sorrow, thank you for the gifted subs today. It meant a lot. I gotta figure out 10 minutes of content. Which really shouldn't be that hard. Why do I have a message on Discord? Oh. Because I told you to do that. Do you guys ever wonder what That's the end of the question. Do you guys ever wonder what? How we doing? How's the stream doing? Did I turn the music back on? I did, thank God. I really... Wow, I keep forgetting G4 is a thing again, huh? That's insane. That's insane. Guys, thank you everybody so much for being here. Everything you guys do means so much. All right, I'm not gonna bother. Okay, guys. Actually, nah.
I love you, my dude. I love you, my dude.
Did you actually? Nope. I don't know why that played twice. Wait, okay. So I actually need to know, did that message play did the sound and the message play twice for everybody, or was that just me? Because I don't know if I'm hearing it twice
Yes.
because of two different things. It did? Okay.
I don't know why though. Only donated once.
That's why I was wondering, because I heard it twice. Yeah, I have no idea why that happened. Because it does it every time I'm, like, checking my alert box. And, you know, whenever I test my widgets... Oh. There's a delay on it. That's fucking stupid. Let's turn that down to 0 seconds. Okay. Well, hopefully that fixed it. Hunter, thank you for the dono. You're now in the running. Since it started today, you're now in second place. Just behind Sorrow, who gifted 5 subs earlier today. And actually, I don't know if you saw, Hunter, but yesterday, Dart gifted a sub right at the end of stream, and it went to you. You're the one that got it. So that's fun. Alright guys, that's gonna be stream today. Thank you everybody for being here as always.
I saw the notification earlier today.
Okay. I couldn't be doing this without you guys. I absolutely love every single one of you.
I love you, my dude. Have a great night.
You too, buddy. I'm playing D&D tonight. As a 16th level Goliath Rune Knight fighter with Mizium plate armor, a great
Have a great night.
A great sword of wounding. And
what's Mizium?
It's basically so Mizium armor. It's something
I forgot
from.
It would do that. Sorry.
You're good, buddy. Mizium is it comes from the Ravnica thing, and it's basically the step up from adamantine armor because it does the same thing of it turns crits into normal hits, and then but it also does something else. Let me actually look it up real quick because I need to pull up D&D Beyond anyways.
Are you gonna raid?
I do see I've got 3. I've got enough. Yeah, I wasn't going to because it looked like we were down to 2. But yes, I will be raiding here in a moment once I finish stalling so that I can get to what I have. Here it is. Okay, so Mizium armor. While wearing the armor, any critical hit against you becomes a normal hit.
Always raid out, even if you have no one in chat. Helps spread your channel.
Fair enough. While wearing the armor, any critical hit against you becomes a normal hit. In addition, when you are subjected to a magical effect that allows you to make a strength or constitution saving throw to take only half damage, you instead take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw. So I have Mizium plate armor, a great sword of wounding, an alchemy jug, an amulet of the drunkard, and a cloak of protection, on top of the fact that I'm a Goliath with a couple feats and a Rune Knight fighter.
Neat.
And
so it's like evasion for strength or constitution.
Yep, and I love that. And we are level 16, so going into like the final part of the campaign, which starts tonight. Yeah, so all my usual shit. You know,
I'd love to talk about one of my characters with you at some point.
Okay.
I really love him.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to have you down for a visit or some shit. Like we need to hang out again. I just have no fucking idea the next time I'm gonna be free. Not that I have like a ton of shit planned. I just don't. Maybe I do. All right, let's raid somebody. I'm gonna send you guys.
I'm gonna be in town the next 3 days for work. Some might be half days.
Then maybe tomorrow, depending on time. Thursday, no. Friday, also maybe. I'm gonna send you guys to a good.
Truly hard.
I'm gonna send you guys to a good friend of mine. Their name is Luna Ray. They are neat. They are a VTuber. I have no idea what they're doing today. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Give them all the love for me.
Did Steam disappear? Here. I think my... Oh, that's why, because the... Okay. This one stopped launching for some reason.